Listen, I don't make anti-meta builds that don't work, and I don't make them to purposefully be different. But by default, that's what it makes me. All my life I've been an introvert, and I think naturally that aspect of me is expressed through my builds. That being said, this build is different. One that's off meta, yet destroys the meta. Adrenaline Rush Intimidate, bodied. Bulwark Liberty, bodied. Eclipse Protocol, bodied. Hasbro build, bodied. Relentless means, oppressively constant, incessant. A playstyle you'll no doubt adopt while using this build. You want to know how I made it, don't you? Let's do this. Hey, what's going on, family? I wanted to come out with this build because a lot of you were probably wondering if the Lady Death is still viable after the nerf, because it did get a 25% nerf in PvP. This is the second build I've made with it. The first one was called Shinobi, and I wanted to make another one because it was so fun and very strong. Even though they took away the fire effect on armor break for Firewall, it's still best in slot for a build like this. The med kit is just too hard to pass up. It's very good. And as soon as this patch started, I didn't play PvP at first, I just played Summit. But as soon as I went into Conflict, I started seeing those Lady Death builds again, and it's obvious that this is going to be the meta again. Mix it up with some Hunter's Fury pieces. It's still pretty much the same premise, because people are using Intimidate, Adrenaline Rush. So me being me, I gotta come with something that's as strong or even stronger. I guess we'll just have to see, right? So check this out. I'm running the Lady Death. I'm pretty sure you know what this weapon does. It's almost maxed out completely. I'm just missing a couple points in the crit chance department, but that's cool. It gives you amplified damage based on you moving with the breathe free talent. And I know this says 75%, but it was nerfed in PvP to 50%, but that's still a lot. And the movement speed is crazy after you get a kill. Just a great weapon in general. I want you to remember this damage to armor stat, okay, when I get to the build. But the secondary I'm using is the MOP. Really good shotgun. The ones that you're able to reload just like an AR or SMG is perfect. And the armor on kill always helps, even if it's 10%. The talent I'm using on here is 𝐿, which is best in slot on most builds, because you're always going to be using a skill. And whenever you use that skill, you get that double damage with your weapon. And the orbit is just to increase my crit if I want to swap it out and get a kill while they're down. Gives an extra 40% crit damage, which you can always use. For the build, I wanted to go a little bit different. A couple days ago, I made a video about this backpack, which I'm going to get to real soon. It's what helps me reach the damage I need to compete against the meta. The mask I got is Sokolov. I got pretty lucky with this because in order to reach 1.3 million armor, you need some armor cores. And I've tried so many times to run with less than 1.3 million armor in PvP, and it just does not work for me. I used to do like 1 million armor, but now if you don't have 1.3 million armor or more, you're gonna struggle, especially if that person has unbreakable. It's ridiculous. So you want to go 3 armor cores on this, and Sokolov is one of the best pieces for this build because for the 2-piece you get SMG damage and crit damage. You don't need any more crit chance, you're pretty much maxed on that. And for the chest piece, it could be better. The Ridgeway's exotic chest piece. This chest piece was a grind to get, man. Like, there's an RNG based system in place in order for you to get the pieces that you need before you can even get the blueprint to craft this. And once you get the blueprint, you have to donate a certain amount of pieces, you have to kill some bosses. But all in all, I still think this chest piece is worth it. A lot of you may not think that, but I'm about to show you right now why it is. Tell me down in the comments if you think I should reroll this chest piece, because everything is god rolled except for this crit chance, man. This is irking me to the core. And I know that if I roll it again, I might just end up messing it up. So let me know if you think I should change it or keep it this way. But anyway, this chest piece fits right in with the Lady Death's playstyle, because within 10 meters is the Lady Death's sweet spot. That's where you want to be. You're going to be up close and personal. So while you're up close and personal, you make the enemy bleed. Now I know some of you may be wondering, does this deal more damage than the Adrenaline Rush Intimidate combo? Well, see for yourself. This is a side-by-side comparison of my build and the meta build, which by the way has 10% more crit damage due to it having one extra attribute. A few things to take into consideration though, because I do personally believe that Relentless, my build, has more of an advantage over this meta build. For one, I'm using Ridgeway's exotic chest piece. This chest piece causes you to bleed within 10 meters. The bleed significantly decreases your mobility, which is the Lady Death's most important advantage it has over you, and it's how the damage stacks. 2, makes you vulnerable to attack from anyone else on my team using weapons or talents with damage to status affected targets. And if that person is also using the survivalist specialization, it will then grant me an extra 10% damage on top of the damage from symptom aggravator, making up for the 10% crit damage Adrenaline Rush Intimidate has over me. Now the way that you're able to do as much damage or even more than that meta build is with the symptom aggravator backpack, the Eclipse Protocol backpack that I made a video about a couple days ago, where you get 30% amplified damage, 40 if there's somebody who's running survivalist on your team. Then all you have to do is make somebody bleed or put them on fire or disorient them, whatever. This will give you 30% amplified damage to the target. Now this is very close to the damage that you get from Intimidate, which is 35%. Since I'm using the EMP sticky bomb, I don't have to be within 10 meters. All I need to do is shoot this at your feet. So that's another advantage that this has over that build. Y'all know I stay with the EMP sticky bomb. I don't know how many builds I've made with this, but it's so good. It's like I can't leave home without it, you know? Now remember I told you to pay attention to the 6% damage to armor on the Lady Death? Well, I got the contractor's gloves. I rolled this to armor because this is how it came already, and I'm using them mainly for the 8% damage to armor, which gives me 14% total. Damage to armor is nuts with this. As soon as I saw this, the opportunity presented itself for me to increase my damage even more. Grupo Sombra knee pads. Now you know the Grupo Sombra knee pads, just the one piece, will give you up to 27% critical hit damage just for one piece. Now for my second skill, I gotta use the Crusader shield. Even though this was nerfed, you take more damage than in the previous patch, but when you have the firewall specialization, it increases your damage to enemies that are in front of you. I think this is best in slot when it comes to skills with a build like this. Whenever I drop a build, I make sure it's proven and certified, and this is no different. You saw the side-by-side comparison, you be the judge. And for those looking for a different playstyle, another way to support your team, making the enemy bleed, or just add a new flavor to your playstyle, I think this will be really good for you to run with. Don't doubt the Ridgeway's exotic chest piece. It's a gem, and I got a lot more builds coming with it, so stay tuned. And if you enjoy this build, if it helped you out in any way, I'd appreciate if you drop a like, and please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Until I see you in my next video, be right out.